Hey people, long time. This is Mr. Payne Chato, and I don't know if you guys notice. I think everybody noticed the changes, and the changes is if you look real close, you seen liars that before we said no, this guy probably or this the they all lying on the Congress, all of them. They're all trying to get some kind of way of power that they want to get out. And Donald Trump, with his mouth, made things even worse for us now because now it's going to be very more hidden than before. You see politicians talking, and like that guy Cruz and all those guys, they talk, talk, talk. It's just a political sign baloney. What they're doing is feeding you wrong information so you can be on the blind side. But that affects them big time because what happened in the Capitol is a big reminder of what can happen. This is just a little taste that they had with people. And this was Trump supporters. Imagine the whole nation get pissed off with the government. There's no way. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed, people. Prepare, put your seatbelts on. But before that, put Jesus Christ in your lives. All people is trying to find a solution. The only solution is him. Is no other solution because he's coming. If you don't believe me, try to read Revelations because we all try to find some kind of answer in other books, and all the books we read, it comes down to it that the Bible is totally right. What people trying to say, well, I discovered the solution. Nobody discovered anything. This is written. That's prophecy. What's happening? Uh, I remember one time Joseph Stalin, when he killed his generals and everything, he tried to believe in Hitler because he thought Hitler had the same type of thinking that he did. All of a sudden, was an invasion. And he says like that, he said, wow, Lenin left us a good country and we mess everything. And that's exactly what we're doing today. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a communist. Is that even bad apples, if you cut the edge, you can still eat it. So I am worried a little bit, but sometimes when I think in Jesus Christ and the promise that He made for us, I relax. But when I walk on the street and I see things the way it is, it gives you sadness. Like they broke up. I fixed my window there, but they broke my window to steal drums. And thank God somebody gave me those drums. And I always try to keep it here in my van. And they stole it. Thank God I didn't pay for it. But it hurts because I was going to use one of them to play at church when the church opens. And that is a sign. Everything that happened in your life or happened to you is always a sign. Okay. It's a sign that you can understand your own way or whatever. But to me, the signs is we need to be careful now with everything. Another thing too, like yesterday, I went to buy a little plate. It was not very big. It was a little big of rice, a little big of beans, and a little big of a steak with a horchata that is a Mexican drink. Okay, it's a rice water. Almost $30. And I could not go back because they already cooked, so that's not fair. So I have to lose almost $30 on that plate. $17.99 plus the horchata. Horchata used to cost back in the days at $2 something. Now it's $8 for a horchata and something like that. And people want to recover the money they lost of this period of the coronavirus. People, that's stupid. What you guys doing is creating a problem so big that people cannot afford it. They're going to do what they did to my van. They're going to start breaking to your business. They're going to start taking because they don't have no money. It's people losing their homes. I mean, sheriff is with gunpoint, just putting people out of their house because they cannot pay their rent. You know what that is? It's a chaos that is going to happen. And the government is talking about stupid things that don't have nothing to do with the people's necessities. Now, those people that went to the Capitol, okay, talking about them, what's wrong with what they did? But like I said, that is a sign to things worse to come. Because if the government here and Korea and all those places start acting like that with the people, where is hunger is disorder. Where is disorder is a war. And it looks to me history want to repeat itself going to a civil war. And they want to blame the people that was supposed to be in charge of security there. You got to blame the people that was already there. Not only the security, those people was doing their job. But because it was the capital, they trust so much well with the government, they don't dare to come here. When people is mad, my friend, they go anywhere. They try anything. Now, the interesting thing about that is that they're going after all these people that I think is the right thing to do because they are domestic terrorists. But the big terrorist that is Donald Trump, nobody's going after him. They still think, well, the 25th Amendment. No, the guy committed a crime. He enticed things, put him in jail. They did that to Charles Manson, and Charles Manson didn't even kill anyone. He just talked about it, and he did life. So what is that telling you? Is another thing that's telling you that do as I do, and don't do as I say, don't do as I do. That's the way it goes. And that's what the government all over the world do. They do whatever they do. They get away with it. Like Donald Trump was talking about pardoning themselves. Can we do that? Can I pardon all of the bills that I owe? Can I pardon things that I did in the past that they persecute me for? No. You know why? Because they see you different than they are. But they are citizens just like yourself. The only thing they get a high position. And it's not right for them to put a laws squeezing the people and they don't get squeezed. They get away with it. In my profession, trucking, now they have this law that they have a quota. That's how desperate they are. They have a quota that they can give you a ticket for anything. Okay, this happened to me with my truck, okay? A guy stopping the scale. And the hose, have a hose in the back, just like that. A hose like that. And right here in the hose, okay, right here in the part, the skin came off, but the hose is still okay. They gave a ticket, they wanted to take a whole hose that was new, brand new. Just the skin came off, the rest was right there. And they give me a ticket. They give you a ticket for anything. And one trucker said on YouTube one time that I kind of disagree with him a little bit, that we got to stay quiet, don't say anything to get off of it. We cannot stay quiet, because if you quiet, that's mean you accept what's happened to you, so you cannot complain. People, we need Jesus Christ in our lives, a lot of prayer and a lot of action. Because let me tell you something, you know who's taking over now? It's not Big Brother anymore. It's a brother with a funny eye, China. And China was very smart. They let us fight with each other, create all this chaos, because when it's chaos, somebody that don't have that chaos, they take over. And let me tell you, if China take over all the rights that we know about, everything that we used to is going to end. And believe me, the people that is in the government, they're going to go for that. Because everything was just fine, even though China having a little problem with us or try to skim off the top or whatever. Everything was going smooth until Donald Trump took over. And the thing more that shocks me the most, the man was 4 years committing crimes, one after another, lie, you name it. And they let him. And they let him. And they let him, to the point that this came about. Now they decide to take action, and the guy got a few days to get out. But if it was you and I, we've been doing time in prison for the rest of our lives. You think this is fair?